Welcome to LCG Production Podcast. Welcome to JVM on the show. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So just to start off with, what's your sort of story with music like? How have you ended up here?
I started making music when I was in high school, and one of my friends started to rap, and I thought it would be fun if we could make music together. So I started to learn about beat making, about producing, and yeah, we worked on a couple of songs together. And I started to take things more seriously because he was just making music for fun, and I wanted to work with more artists. So I started to reach out to other artists, sending links, asking them to buy my beats, asking them if they wanted to work with me. No, but it didn't really work because it's just spamming people, and most of them were ignoring me. So I had to find a way to reach out to them and make sure that they wanted to work with me. So that's why I searched for videos on YouTube, and that's where I found out about marketing and about branding. And yeah, that's where it started for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. And like, I speak to a lot of people, and that's how they start off in music, and then they realize how important marketing is, and then they just go down this like rabbit hole basically of like getting into everything to do with marketing. And it sounds like you're quite similar to that.
Yeah. Things didn't work for me. I was just sending links to people, like I said, and people didn't respond. So I had to find a different way. And there are tons of videos on YouTube about marketing and coaches that are helping people. So I found out that I needed to market myself. And yeah, that's how I came across the course of Legion Beats, MIDI Money. I think, do you know about that? Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
And that's how I came across. And I bought that course, and they really changed the way I see the music industry, and they learned me a lot about marketing and about branding and about the whole industry. And because of them, I actually started to enjoy marketing, and that's why I'm also helping artists right now with their marketing. So yeah, that's how I became interested in marketing.
Mm-hmm. So going into the Legion Beats thing, were you originally selling beats through using ClickFunnels?
No, I used BeatStars, but I didn't get any sales, and I didn't really know what I was doing. So yeah, when I got introduced to funnels, it was completely different for me, and it worked actually. I was trying to sell beats for months without seeing any results, and then I used funnels, and within just 2 weeks I got like 4 or 5 sales. So it's a lot better than just using BeatStars.
Mm. Yeah, definitely. Like, it's completely different, and there's not that many people doing it. So like, in terms of just like producers like posting beats every day on YouTube, like that's so saturated, and there's so many people doing it. So like, anything that you can do differently, like, it makes a huge difference. Can I ask are you still then using ClickFunnels to sell beats? Like, what made you change more into marketing? Because that's what it looks like.
Well, I started, of course, with selling beats, but I found out also with using ClickFunnels that all the people in MIDI Money all the producers that are using ClickFunnels, they are doing the same thing. They are offering a package of beats, and they are actually targeting the same artists. So all the artists on Facebook, they see the same ads from the same people. So, I had a couple of sales first, but it didn't really work afterwards. So I switched to marketing, and like I said, I really enjoyed marketing. So I want to help artists and not just selling beats. I want to help other people. And I found out that so many artists are not aware of how they should market themselves. They are aware of that they need to market themselves, but not really how they should do it. So, and I really like marketing. I'm also reading books right now about marketing, and I just felt that I could help them. So that's how I started to help them with my coaching and with my, one-on-one program.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And like just jumping right into it, this is a huge question, obviously, but how should artists be marketing themselves right now?
That's a hard question. I think it's not it's not by focusing on customer psychology. That's what they need to learn first, because a lot of artists, like I said, they know that they need to market themselves, but they don't really know where to start. People, do you help artists, by the way?
Yeah.
Do you teaching them? Yeah, a lot of people like us and people on YouTube, a lot of them are talking about, how to market themselves and giving them all kinds of tips. And one of them is, like being consistent. But that's it. And by just being consistent, that's not everything they need to know. Because let's say I'm an artist and I follow all these tips that these people are giving, and I'm being consistent. Then let's say I'm an artist and I'm posting a picture of myself every day. I'm posting selfies every day without a caption, and that's what I'm doing all day. Then I'm consistent, but it's not gonna work, So just following these steps, it's not really gonna work, because those people aren't really talking about why these techniques work and why being consistent works and what you really need to do to be successfully consistent, And I think it's because a lot of artists don't really understand customer psychology, what makes people actually want to follow you. And not a lot of people are talking about that on YouTube or on their blog posts. They just give them tips, they just give them techniques, but not really why they work or what they should do to make them work. And I think that's a lot of artists really need to know that before they can start marketing themselves properly.
Yeah, so, I completely agree with you there, because like when you're an artist, your music is the product, but just having a good product isn't enough. You need to understand who you're trying to get the product to.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You can have the best product in the world, but if no one knows about it, then no one is going to buy it. And it's the same with music.
Yeah, I completely agree. So what is your sort of strategy then that you tell artists to follow to market themselves right now?
Really understand the different stages people are in. Some people, most people don't know about you yet. And some people are already fan of you. And it's about, you need to target those people differently. People who are actually fan of you and already listening to you. To those people, you can send links. To those people, you can say, I've just released a new song. Please listen to it on Spotify. And those people will probably do it because they know you. They are already listening to you. So those people, you can use that technique for those people. But for the people that have never heard of you before, you need something else. You need to give value first. You need to attract them so they get into your world, and then you can start building the relationship. And at the end of the whole, journey, when they are fan, when they know you, then you can start promote your music. But a lot of artists, they start promoting their stuff right away, and that's not going to work. So
yeah, that's like so true. So, but like in terms of like the actual strategy, like what's the best way to like get people to firstly like find you, and then what's the best way to get them to like you, and then like what's the best way to get them to stream your music right now?
Well, I think it's, make sure that it's not about you when you are trying to target those people. You need to give value first. So when I use my own page as an example, I'm giving, of course, my target audience is artists. So I'm giving all kinds of tips. I'm posting motivational stuff, and that's valuable to a lot of artists. And that's why they are following me, not because of me, not because of the beats that I'm making, not because of the coaching program I have, but because of the value that I'm giving them. And, that's what artists also need to understand. They need to give people value first and not making it about them. So for artists, they can be very creative with it, and especially, using all kinds of entertaining stuff, making sketches or making remixes. They can do whatever they want. Just be creative, but make sure that it's not about them, not about you, but make sure it's about the people that you are trying to target, because that's the most important part if you want to attract them and if you want to make them want to follow you. That's the most important part.
I agree again. Like it's not about like who follows you, but like you need the right, because like again we're like speaking music like it's a product. Like your music's good, okay, but you need to get the right people to see it who like the product,
exactly.
And then you just get more of them. So it sounds like tell me if I'm wrong here, but it sounds like what you said is like your method of getting for people to convert like new people to fans of their music is just through high quality Instagram content, which is valuable. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So then what's the best?
Or maybe you can use TikTok as well. There's also a famous platform right now. So
what's the best way to then get people who don't know you to find out about you? Like how do you bring people to the top of the funnel?
Like I said, when they are in your world, so when they already follow you, but because of your valuable content, they found out about you because your content, when you're doing it right, shows up on the Explore page, or they find your content on the hashtags they are searching for. And when they follow you, you need to have some sort of link in your bio or a website you are mentioning a lot of times, and give something away for free. Give, as an artist, give away music for free, or find something that is helpful to people and give it away for free. Maybe for the people that are already know you, maybe you can give away some merch or something, some cheap stuff, and build the relationship. Build the relationship, make it stronger, and don't immediately send them to your music, because that's when they are just into your world, when they just follow you, it still shouldn't be about them. So it's give something away for free and build a relationship, and that's how you should start.
Yeah, that's so true. Like it's the whole like bringing someone up a value ladder idea. Like if you try and whatever, just get them to do like the hardest, most like valuable thing to you immediately, like no one's going to do it. If you can just give someone for free, like provide them value, then they're going to be like, okay, maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll stream your music, maybe I'll add your song to my playlist, like that sort of stuff. Going back, so is your main method of getting people to like find out about you, is it just through like organic Instagram growth, like just relying on the platform to basically throw you out through hashtags and the Explore page?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But you can also use, I think that's the best way. When you are using ads, for example, to promote your post, then it can work. It can work when your post is bringing value to people, and you really know how to use ads, and you really know how to target the right people. Then it could work. But a lot of artists right now are using ads to promote their songs, and that's something, don't use ads to promote your songs to an audience that doesn't know you. So I think the best way still is to use organic reach, organic traffic. And when you know how to use ads, and when your content is valuable to people, then you can use ads. But only if you really know how to use them, and if you really know what your target audience is, then you can use ads.
Yeah, I mean, like that's interesting, because like it's so hard for me, for everyone I've spoken to, it's so hard for organic Instagram growth through hashtags or through the Explore page. Like to get on the Explore page, especially if you're not like massively into reels or stuff like that, like it's really difficult for Instagram just to push you out organically right now. But then are you having like clients you work with have like a lot of success with that?
Well, I'm at the point right now, I'm having like more than 2K followers, so my organic reach is a little better. But when you have less followers, then you can use engagement strategies. Go out, just find hashtags yourself, and comment on those on the post that shows up, like those posts, DM those people, try to build a relationship from there. And when you do that a couple of times, like when you engage with 20 pages a day, I think it will take you like 30 minutes a day, then you will get new followers from there. And when you keep doing that consistently, you will get new followers. You will have, I don't know really the word for it. You have good followers, engaging followers. And when you keep doing it, that's what I did, then over time you will get more followers, you will get more engagement, and the algorithm, Instagram's algorithm will see that, and they will push your content. And over time, your organic reach will be better. That's at least that's what's happened to me. So when you are smaller, just start using engagement techniques. Find other profiles, find people that are in your target audience, and start a conversation, start building the relationship, and do that consistently. And then over time, you will get more followers, and your organic reach will become better.
Yeah, definitely. Like for me, when I started out as well, that helped me so much. Like just to get off the ground, just like go and find people, whatever, on like the hashtags or like similar accounts to you, and just engage with the people. Like it's very slow, and it's not going to get you to like 1 million listeners or whatever, but it's just gonna get you off the ground. So like to start with, I think that's really good.
Yeah, it really helped me as well. So yeah, I think it's still a good way to grow.
What's your then opinion on like the just relying then like solely on Instagram? Because what happens if Instagram disable your account? What happens if Instagram reach like just starts to go down like Facebook in 2015, and the platform like basically goes like completely into ads mode? Like, is that a risk?
Yeah, that's a risk. So that's why artists also need to collect emails from their friends. Just like I said, when you give away something that's valuable, like I said, you give away something for free, then make sure that in order to if people want to get that thing, then they need to leave their email address or something like that. So you can collect their email address, or even better, you can collect their phone number. And just by doing that, you will always have, their email addresses, so you can reach them not just on Instagram. So when Instagram dies, you still have a way to reach them, so you don't lose your fans. So always collect their email addresses. Try to collect their phone numbers as well. So yeah, that's something they need to do. Don't rely on social media, because social media can, within 5 years, Instagram, for example, can be gone, and then you have to start from zero.
Yeah, definitely. Like as soon as I realized that, I was just so big on email, because it's like or text, but text is quite hard to get into. Like it's so cheap, and you can just have all that information. It's like the ultimate safety. Like no one can take away your fan base if you have their emails.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what are some good, I think you went over it briefly, but like what are some good ideas that artists can have to give things away for free, to collect people's emails, to build their email lists?
Well, maybe they can give away some limited edition music, music that's only available for people that are signing up. For the real fans, maybe you can even charge money for it, selling collector's items. Maybe you have an old laptop you've been using to write your first songs, and maybe your first songs are still on that laptop. You can sell it if you are a little bigger and you have already a decent fan base. But yeah, if you want to give away something for free, you can give away free music, and they can get it only by leaving their email address. That's something they can do. But just, find something that's valuable to people. As an artist, every artist is unique. Every fan base is probably unique. So if you are an artist, just find out what your audience wants, and try to come up with an idea, try to come up with something that your audience values, and make sure that you can give it away and to a lot of people. So as an artist, just try to figure it out yourself. I think that's the best thing they can do.
Yeah, for sure. So where do you see the future of like artist marketing going then, sort of in the next like year, like few months?
I don't really think much will change. You know, a lot of artists are still ignorant about marketing. You know, a lot of artists are still thinking it's only about music, and they don't really want to focus on marketing or learn about it, because you know that's hard, that's not fun anymore. So I think there are still a lot of artists just making music, just trying to grow by putting out their songs, hoping people will listen to it. And I don't really think that will ever change, because so many artists are still making music just because of the music, and a lot of artists still think it's a quick way to become famous or become rich. So I don't really think there will be a lot of change within now and a year.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I do have one question. So, say you're an artist, for artists listening right now, it's mostly rappers listening, and you have a song which you think, okay, like I can see this like becoming like a big song. What would you do from like the second you finish writing the song till like the last step you'll do after the release? Just like what can you just walk through that whole process?
Well, you know, it depends on if they are already having a fan base. You know, if they are already having a fan base, then they can just, you know, put it out and retargeting his fans by using ads, for example, or sending a link and asking them to listen to his song. But when you are writing a song and you think that is really it, but you don't really have listeners yet, then like I said, just give value first, just post content that isn't really about your music. I think the best way you can do then is just not release your song yet, but just wait for it and build your fan base first, post valuable content and build your fan base. And when you have a couple of fans, when you feel that people are actually interested in who you are, then you can push that song and ask them to share it with their audience, because then it will work much better than when you just release it and hoping people will listen to it because you think it's a good song. So just build that fan base, and yeah, once you've released that song, just ask your fan base if they want to share it, if they want to do the marketing for you, and you know, just keep growing your fan base. That's the biggest thing they can do. Not trying to get their song in front of new people, but just make sure that people are coming into their world. And when they become familiar with the artist, then start pushing the song to those people. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, that's fair enough. So if you're only retargeting a song to people who like already follow you, but how is that going to make it like reach like a large amount of new people if you're just showing the song to people who already know about you? Because like for most people listening, that's only going to be like a couple thousand people at most. So like, how is that then going to lead to millions of people listening to
it? Yeah, you know, I still think that it's not. You know, you see, you see a lot of artists think that a song will blow up just because they release it, and then out of nowhere, millions of people will listen to it. But
yeah,
most of the time, that's not going to work. And you shouldn't really focus on that and focus on blowing up that way. So just start small and, you know, like I said, create that fan base and push your song to those people. And when those people are a fan of you, they will probably do the marketing for you and they will share it with their audience. And they will probably put in some effort to make people in their, you know, they will probably put in a lot of effort to make those people listen to the song as well. And it's more about growing that fan base and growing that amount of followers than trying to blow up with a song, because I don't really think that's gonna work. At least for a lot of artists, that's not gonna work, because a lot of artists are not good enough for that. And you also have to be very lucky to blow up, and you don't want to make your success depend on luck. So I think it's just build your fan base and try to get more people into your world, and then push that song. And the people that are already fan, they will probably do the marketing for you and push the song. And I think that's what artists need to focus on first, not trying to blow up by promoting their song, but just build that fan base. And you see it all the time, not only in music. People, for example, YouTubers that have a lot of subscribers, they can release music and they get millions of streams easily because of the fan base they have. So it's not about trying to sell the product, it's about growing a fan base. And when you have that fan base, then you can do basically whatever you want. So that's what artists need to focus on.
Mm-hmm. So like that does work then, just showing your music to people who already know about you, the fan base, and just letting them whatever, like repost stuff on their Instagram stories, like tell their friends, and that just exponentially grows it.
Yeah, well, a lot of artists when they release a song, they ask their followers to share it with their followers, but that's not, most of the time that's not working, because the followers, they are not really interested in the artist. They are probably friends or family, but they are not really fans. So when you have those fans, so when you have built that fan base and they are hardcore fans, they are more likely to market that song and to share it. At least for me, when my favorite artist release a new song, I'm share it with my audience and with my followers on my personal Instagram page, and a lot of my friends are doing the same thing because they are fan. So it's important to build, like I said, it's important to have a fan base first, and then when you have true fans, they will do the work for you. You don't really have to put in the work yourself anymore. But when you don't have that fan base and you just ask your friends and family to share it with their audience, they are probably not going to do that, or at least it's not going to work. So that's why it's important to have that fan base.
Yeah, you said that so well, man. Like, honestly, just sort of rounding off, I do like to finish with like, what's a big mistake that you see artists making right now?
Yeah.
A lot.
like I said, I think it's just thinking that they will blow up by just posting their songs and asking everyone to listen to it, and don't really focus on marketing and don't really focus on the business side of the industry, but more on they focus more on the music stuff and think that if their song is good enough that they will blow up. But that's never gonna work, or at least you have to be very, very lucky, and you don't want to let your success depend on luck. So they really need to focus on the marketing part.
Yeah, definitely. So where should everyone listening go and find you? And have you got any like new things coming out soon that you want people to know about?
Yeah, of course, people can follow me on Instagram at JVM Beats. And I think within now and 2 weeks, or within maybe 1 week, I'm releasing my free branding guide. And if people are interested in that, they can download it for free. Just keep an eye on my page, and then if it's out, then they will notice.
Yeah, they should definitely take advantage of that.